Hey guys, remember the case from a couple of weeks ago? The trial ended and the defendants were both found guilty of multiple charges. It's the Rosenbaum trial. This is Jennifer and Joe Rosenbaum. They were foster parents to two little girls, ages 2 and 4. And Jennifer beat on the girls in the 3.5 months that they lived with the Rosenbaums. One of the little girls had a broken leg, one of them had a broken arm. They had bruises, of course, and they had to have been scared. Oh my goodness. Just imagine how frightening that must have been for them. Jennifer had a rule that the girls were not allowed to fall asleep in the car, and if they did fall asleep in the car, then she would beat them, sometimes with her hand, sometimes with a belt. Well, I've learned a little bit more about this case, and it's really disgusting. Jennifer Rosenbaum was in her 3rd year of law school, and she was an intern connected, to the courts, right? Well, she was also in foster care when she was a child. When she was 9 years old, she was placed in foster care. And at some point when she was a teenager, she claims that she was in foster care with the mother of the little girls she beat on. So get this. The mother had some drug issues and was not able to care for her children. And the day that she was in court, Jennifer Rosenbaum approached her and asked about her children. The part that's really disgusting, well, all of it's disgusting, obviously, and the worst part is that she murdered the 2-year-old. But part of this story that is also disgusting, it sounds like she targeted their mom. It sounds like she looked her up. It sounds like she got some kind of little evil plan in her mind to try to get her hands on those kids. Because here's the thing. She said she was running for the county commissioner spot. Well, la-ti-da, isn't she something fancy? And you know what? She took the girls everywhere she went. To law school, to the office. She took the girls everywhere. Gee, I wonder why. Oh, to the county commissioner meetings? I think she wanted to have a photo prop for her campaign. Think about it. She was running for public office. She couldn't have kids of her own. And on the day that those little girls' mom was in court, Jennifer Rosenbaum found her, talked to her, and somehow magically was able to get the girls in her home and start taking them around with her to see, all of her professional acquaintances, right? Oh, she took pictures of the girls every day. Oh, you know what? I bet she did. I bet she did. I bet taking pictures of those girls every day was a big part of her campaign. This is so disgusting. This woman should have never been allowed to have those children in her home. And before they were actually placed in the Rosenbaum home, they had a couple of visits with the Rosenbaums. They came home from those visits with bruises. The foster mom reported it and said she was concerned. The very first visit, one of the little girls came home sick and I think ended up in the emergency room that night. I'm beginning to wonder if Jennifer Rosenbaum didn't have Munchausen by proxy, because she sure seems to have a pretty ridiculous need for attention. The good news in this case is that Jennifer Rosenbaum was sentenced to life in prison plus 40 years. Her husband, I think, will probably be out in like 30 or 40 years. He didn't actually hit the children, but he stood by and didn't do anything at all to help them. So I think it's fair that he's going to prison for so long. I think it's absolutely fair. Those little girls needed him to protect them, and he did nothing at all. Well, he stood by watching his wife beat on them. Just imagine how their mother must be feeling. What a tragic loss. And on the other hand, I imagine their mother is so thankful that the jury found them both guilty.